But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a good car. There's rust, there's dents, there's parts that need to be replaced, and I've been working on it a lot, getting all the prepping work done on it. Had some. This is where the cowl vent goes into, and there's, of course, you know, your windshield wipers are all in there, and that's where all your fluid goes. But took air compressor and blasted in here, shot out the other end. Went in here, wire wheeled it. I like to go on where the I call them pounding marks, or where they welded it. I like to go in there and take a wire wheel and go in each one and clean it. The reason is because these areas are low dips, and I just get in a habit of doing that, because if you don't, water can sit right in there. In fact, water can sit anywhere on this car, but I mean, we might be moving to Idaho Falls. Actually, I shouldn't say that. We are moving to Idaho Falls probably next spring, and I heard they get really bad winters from a friend. So if they use salt on the road, or even if they just have bad winters in general, I mean, I want to keep this nice and clean. I don't want any problems going on with it when I'm restoring it. But yeah, I just took the door off yesterday. Had a little bit of rust just where the hinges were. Went in there, wire wheeled it, and then treated it, and it's probably 75% clean in that area. I mean, it's good enough to, if you paint it, the rust will never come back. And here, I just went in here and I took a wire wheel and I just shot up in this little crevice, because there's so many body seams on these cars. You can't get everything on these cars. They take too long. I mean, all the Ford caulking and the tar and all that cheap stuff they used to put back then just really didn't match up to the standards they had planned. And I've went in here and cleaned out the rocker panel, and I kind of intertwined the front because I had this already redone. I treated all the... There wasn't too much rust on here. I think it was just a couple little pits, but I just felt like, hey, well, paint the whole thing up front, make a nice chassis black for the front of this car. Let's just get it all done and have it ready. I had previously done spray can paint up front, and it's not doing too bad. I did more work, so it has an effect on it, but I mean, the frame on this side is spectacular. There was no rust, no major dents or anything. I mean, there's probably a couple little dings in here. You can't even see them. They're so tiny. They're little dings. There's really no dents on this side or anything. Suspension's pretty good. I just had a new stabilizer arm put on my driver's side. The other one was shot. I gotta get another one on this side. This side's getting weak. But it still drives like a bat out of hell. It's got a 200 6-cylinder in there from a 66 Mustang rebuilt. Gets about 25, 26 miles per gallon right now. I probably could get it better if I got my carburetor fixed, or cleaned, whatever they do with carburetors. Update it, get it a little bit better, because it's kind of having a couple of issues with idling and heating up the engine and stuff like that. I'm trying to work on. Get it in a good tempo, But besides the engine work, I'm not professional mechanic stuff. I'm more body work. I'm very good at body work. I mean, I'm really good at getting rust and stuff. Of course, who wouldn't? It's easy. I mean, there was rust sitting, and when I first took this fender off, it was all caulking and old Baffin blue paint, so I went in there and just got rid of all that rust. You can't see it, but you can see kind of the pitting. The light's kind of hitting it. I don't know if it's going to show up. But, I mean, it's gone. There's nothing for rust on this area. It's either gone or it's treated, and I like most of it gone. Because that way you're guaranteed it'll never come back. I don't like to go cheap and just throw cheap crap on it. I don't believe in that. But yeah, I wrapped it around to the driver door pillar post, and I, of course, had all this bare metal over here, and I went in here and got all that tar, and it's like pink caulking, that body seam sealer back then they used to put in here, and pretty much every body seam on this car has it. I mean, they had it in here. They used to put it, I don't think there was any here. They had it mostly up in here. Basically just going up where they keep the water from going in and sitting in there and rusting it. Of course, that didn't work. Worked on the rocker panel back here. I got I gotta sand all this better. This is just basically treated with the chemical so it won't rust, but I need to go in there and get some primer and put some plastic on this and keep my red seats from getting sprayed. And by the way, those are not original seats out of a Falcon. I suspect they're out of a 61 Futura because this car's interior color is on the barcode, basically, that's what they call it, or the code on the driver door. It will have been a blue interior with a grainy type material. The headlight would have been white, and of course the steering wheel is white, so that's proof. And the original blue is actually still on the column. And I've got the heater out. You can actually see the light coming through. I've been working underneath there. Most of the tar and caulking on this car is gone. It's just basically prep work. I took off the nice fancy chrome off of this without bending it and steel wooled all this. It had never come off. That's the original color right there. You can see the difference. This is shiny. This is faded. I just gotta go underneath there and do a little bit more cleaning, and there was no rust really. I mean, there's a speck there, but it's so tiny it ain't gonna do nothing. Took these corners off. I gotta put them back on. Well, we were going to take the windshield out, and that never happened, so, I mean, there's a couple rust holes in here, but, I mean, I can weld that. That shouldn't be so hard. Yeah, this side is excellent condition. I mean, I got the tail light from someone for $20. It's practically brand new. There's not even a single ding around it, and the tail light itself is in nice condition. There's no cracks, haze, chipping, nothing. I mean, all I'd have to do is have them send that in and have them, re-galvanize or illuminate, whatever they call that, around these. I forgot what kind of material or chemical they put on these. But, I mean, the back's pretty dang good, too. I mean, it's just, there's no rear bumper. I just took that off. I have to get new rear bumper brackets on it. One's so corroded that it doesn't even sit on right. It sits up like, it sits way too high. There's a place where it's supposed to sit. It's not supposed to go any higher than this first body fringement part here, and it sits up like here, so I've got to lower it like 1/4 of an inch. And for this tail light, it's pretty good condition, no problems, except a little bit of a ding in there, if you can see. It's bulged in, nothing major. There's a little chip in there, and there's actually one here, just a little one, but I think that's fixable. Sorry, I just ate some candy. My mouth's a little dry. But, I mean, I just did the trunk in February. It's kind of dark. It's 10:30 here at night in the garage. Primered. It got some junk in here, but I primered the entire trunk floor. It took me like a month to get rid of all the rust. There was so much rust in this trunk, it wasn't funny. And I even got holes over here. I gotta fix holes in it. I just took these off, these hinges. I've got to put there's prop rods that connect these two together to keep the balance in place, and I have to ask my friend because I have no idea how to put this back on. I took off both hinges, or I guess you could call them brackets or whatever, both sides, and sandblasted them and got all the rust off. All I gotta do is put some primer on and bolt them back in. It's got a new 16-gallon gas tank in it. It's got dual pipes on the back. It's got headers up front. Gives it a little extra roar. Not too fast, but fast enough for this type of car. Windshields are pretty good condition. The front one's got a big mark on it I can't fix. The seals are just completely shot on these. I gotta get new seals on them. Let's see. I got some framework up front redone. This side's in excellent condition. There was no dents. There was nothing pushed in. Everything's good. Took the radiator out and fixed. There was a couple of pinholes in there. I had that fixed. This, I need to get a new hood latch. This one has got some problems. My dad helped me grind off some of the access metal. They originally went in here and keep trying to show you. They went in here and they had like a piece of metal that came up, I believe. It went somewhere into the hood and they cut it off. And they left a mess, so it was kind of sharp, so we had to grind that off. And then this side, I have the fender sitting on there for now because I don't want to get it damaged, but this side does not match up very good. It's been bent and pushed in. There's all kinds of marks and crap, and I mean, everything on the front frame is good. I mean, other than there's like a ding here. I mean, this is good condition. It's nice and flat and it's uniform to the body. And those look like dents and stuff, but they're not. This is how they made them back then. This interesting, like, concave design they put in. They had like the body line comes out here and then it goes in here, and just interesting stuff. Front part of the frame's in good condition. There was really no rust. The rust there was basically around the edges of these because that's where the headlight buckets go. That's where all the wires get stuck. This fender needs to get a lot of work. The other fender is in excellent condition. I'd show you the other fender. I probably will show you that in another video, but the other fender is beautiful. It needs a little bit of welding, but I mean, it's like there's like not even any dents on it. This one, nah. This one's got, you can see, Bondo all over the place. Nice tasty Bondo. Not really, you don't want to breathe that in, it's bad. Fiberglass, cheap fiberglass all over it. Nice dents all over it. I don't know how many dents are on it. When I take it down to the bare metal, it's probably going to be all dented. Besides that, took the hood off and reprimered the hood. I took off the upper shock tower absorbers and I put 2 new ones on from another Falcon. One of these was welded along the bottom because I drove it to school, and one of these cracked. The whole thing came up like almost maybe 5 inches or so, and I mean, it was kind of creepy. I didn't even know it. And I got home and I looked underneath my hood and I had a upper control arm sitting up 5 inches. Dang thing got so cracked.